Hey everyone, Jamie Makes here from Miss Paper, and today I'm sharing an update to my Mini Book Makers Club notebook, Me from A to Z. I added 3 stories to my notebook using the kit from Everyday Explorers plus the Mix Mark stamp set, some washi and stamp inks. All right, let's get into it. So one of the design decisions that I made for this was for all of the photos to be just printed on one 4x6 canvas. And so it would have kind of like an enlarged photo since this is only a 4x6 notebook on the left side. And then all of my journaling and a lot of my decorating would be on the right side of each of the layouts. So I trimmed down my 4x6 photo just slightly so that it would fit comfortably in the notebook and there wouldn't be any issues with, where it meets right at the binding. And then I'm doing just a tiny bit of stamping to add some color on the right-hand side of the page. So I have been running into some smearing issues in this little notebook. So I wanted to make sure that the ink is really good and dry. So you saw me just a little bit ago, kind of putting a piece of scrap paper over the layout and then rubbing my hand against it so that I could pick up any of the excess ink on the scrap piece of paper and not, smear it across my page or potentially get it on the opposite side on my photo. So you'll see me here, if you saw me here, do that just again. And then I'm adding just washi in various um, places around these little notebook pages. I mean, these are so small, it's really easy to decorate them. I did a bit of stamping there, but it didn't turn out very well. And so you'll see me lift up the washi tape and add some cardstock directly over on top of that portion of the layout, and then add the washi back just to cover it up. It was really bothering me how smeary and not well stamped that one black sentiment didn't come out. So, and now I'm just putting it all back together. Um, I add the stamp back on top, and then I do a bit of embellishing after the fact, after I've done some of my journaling, and then I add the date stamp up there, and that's kind of it for this little layout. It was really quick and simple to put together. So I'm going to move on to my next page, which is about hippos, which have lately become one of my favorite animals. I went to visit the San Antonio Zoo, and the bottom photo is a photo that I took, and then the top photo is one that I've saved from like their Facebook account because it was such a cute photo of Timothy, our hippopotamus. So for this one, I did some stamping just on the top and the bottom of the page. I used the same stamp that I've been using over and over again in this notebook. It's from the Mixed Marks set, and it's the same stamp. I keep running back to that one. And I liked to add the color, just the top and the bottom, and then only using the colors that are kind of represented in the photos, so the blue and the green. And then because my washi had a tiny bit of red, I do incorporate red in one other place in the layout um, when I add these little arrows to the left-hand side of the page. The arrow says love this, and of course I do love these hippos, even though I don't know them personally. Um, they're still such sweet animals, and I've really enjoyed following them on social media. So I'm stamping this in a few different colors, and then I'm planning to cut it out and add it to the yes, the very far left-hand side of my layout. I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me cut all of those out, but there I go, just adding the arrows. And then I had originally added the white backed H from the kit, and I decide that it's not enough contrast down at the bottom, and so I peel up the H and add the black backed one instead. And it looks much better and it kind of grounds the layout there. And that one's done. So for the last little page that I put together, I decided to tell a story based on one of the stamps in the stamp set, which says, "Bet you didn't know this about me." And it's just a tiny story about the fact that I grew up in San Antonio, Texas, and I was a total 90s kid and my brother and I loved to go rollerblading. And so that meant that we're also pretty good at ice skating because it's essentially the same action, just on different substrate. So it's just one of those things that people are always surprised when they meet me outside of Texas to know that I can ice skate. I mean, I'm no Olympic skater of any kind, but I can skate without any real issues. So that's been a fun discovery to have found. So I just used the mixed mark set again to add some color on the page, add a little bit of washi, and then I'm repeat stamping that bet you didn't know this about me over and over and over again on a sheet of white cardstock that I'll then cut out and put directly over my photo. And once that is done, I just have to add my labels to the side, and this little page is done as well. I'm really loving how this project has come together. It's been super simple and easy to do, and you see I've really quickly put together 3 different pages here. And so here are the finished pages. One thing I love about this is like the bright colors mixed with the bold black and white from the kit. So for info on the products I use, check out the links in the description box on YouTube. And I just thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes, signing off.